Almost everything I thought I knew about manifesting my dream life was wrong. For years, I was doing all the things: vision boards, affirmations, endless journaling, constant hustle, but my life kept looping the same patterns. I could talk about manifestation, but I wasn't living it. Until one day, a truth hit me like a lightning bolt. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. That single realization changed everything. You will never manifest the life you want from the identity you're currently living in. That version of you can't cross into your next reality. That truth unraveled everything I thought I knew. In the last 30 days, I've been deeply shifting my identity, not chasing goals, but becoming the version of me who already had everything I desired. And from that state, my reality began to recognize itself with a speed and clarity I couldn't have imagined before. My income increased, my health improved, my relationships deepened, and the wildest part, none of it came from doing more. It came from being more present, more aligned, more attuned to the version of me I had been wanting to become. If you've ever felt stuck or wondered why manifestation seems to work for everyone except you, this video is for you. I want to show you exactly what I've been doing over the past 30 days that changed everything. Not just in my outer world, but in my inner world, where true creation happens. And yes, I now teach this process to my clients, and they're shifting too. If you're new here, I'm Bob Rancleve, and I help people break out of old identity loops so they can consciously create a new reality. Let me take you back to the start. 30 days ago, I was exhausted, not physically, but energetically. I felt like I was trying to outrun my own life. Every morning I woke up with this heaviness, as if I was already behind on a day that hadn't even started yet. I was doing everything right. I meditated, I visualized, I set goals, I worked hard. But underneath it all was a quiet loop. This isn't working. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. I'm doing everything right. Why is nothing changing? That voice, that inner dialogue, was my old identity talking. And I realized something powerful. I hadn't been failing at manifestation. I'd been succeeding at maintaining the same frequency. The truth is, you've been living on autopilot, reacting, not creating. That's not failure, that's conditioning. I was conditioned to think and feel like someone trying to make things happen by me, using force, effort, control, setting the goals, accomplishing the work. But as Peter Sage teaches, there's a higher level through me. And when you shift from working by me doing this, by me doing that, to through me, life stops being something you wrestle with and starts being something you flow with. Manifestation isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about aligning identity. The old version of me was still carrying years of fear, pressure, and doubt that distorted my energy. I was trying to fix my outer world from the same mindset that created it. The person you've been isn't broken. That identity just isn't built for where you're going. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every decision you make, all of it flows through the filter of who you believe you are. Identity isn't just a story, it's your operating system. And until you upgrade it, your life will keep rebooting to the same results. So I asked myself one question that changed everything. What would shift if I became the version of me who already had it? Not visualized, not hoping, but embodied. That single question cracked open my old reality. I started catching every thought that didn't match my new frequency. I stopped asking, is this working? And started asking, is this aligned? I began observing my thoughts instead of reacting to them. realizing, as Neville Goddard said, that consciousness is the only reality. I noticed that certain environments made it impossible to hold that new state. The noise, the scrolling, the constant notifications, they were lowering my vibration. So I made space. I turned down the external volume so I could hear the whisper of my intuition again. And I stopped chasing high vibes. Instead, I stabilized my energy. I practice feeling great now. Not if, not when. Because Peter Sage says, frequency beats chemistry. Once I began living from the frequency of my desired reality, life mirrored it back. Here's the practical framework I followed every single day. Morning centering. I started each day in stillness before checking my phone, asking, if it's already done, how do I move, speak, and feel today? Assuming I've already accomplished my manifestation. Mirror activation. I looked myself in the eyes and affirmed, this is who I am now. Scripting. I journaled as if my day had already unfolded beautifully. I didn't write to-do lists. I wrote from the completion of how amazing the day was. Gratitude and forgiveness. I released old energy and replaced it with appreciation. Gratitude tuned my frequency. Forgiveness. Reset it. Movement. I moved not to burn calories, but to move energy. Whatever anchored me in the presence. Affirmation audio. I reprogrammed my subconscious with reminders of who I was becoming. Follow excitement. Every day, I chose one thing that sparked joy. That's what alignment feels like. Bold step. I took one action that stretched me, something the old me would have delayed or never done. Celebrate. Yes, I celebrated because celebration tells the universe I'm ready for more. The days I felt off, I didn't judge myself. I simply asked, what part of me needs love today? That single question pulled me out of resistance and back into creation. As the weeks passed, I began to notice something deeper. I wasn't trying to create change anymore. I was change. My identity had upgraded. I was no longer hustling for validation. I was magnetizing opportunities because I had become the energetic match for them. I realized manifestation isn't a performance. It's a partnership. It's your consciousness working through you, not for you. The how was never my job. That's the chief how officer's domain, as Peter says. Even when nothing seemed to happen, I reminded myself, the outer world lags behind the inner world. Reality is just catching up. 30 days later, I looked around and realized I didn't just shift my results. I had shifted me. The version of me who used to doubt, delay, and overthink was dissolving. My energy felt lighter, my mind clearer, my heart quieter. I increased my income, but it wasn't about the money. It was about alignment. My health improved, not from discipline, but because my nervous system finally felt safe. My body relaxed because my energy was no longer at war with my thought. My relationships deepened because I stopped needing to be understood and started choosing to be fully seen. And the clients I began attracting, they were no longer drawn to what I said, but to the frequency I carried. They could feel it. That's the power of embodiment. You no longer talk about change, you transmit it. I realized I didn't just create outcomes. I created a new energetic baseline. Peace in uncertainty, clarity in chaos, faith in the unseen. This is what true manifestation is. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about doing, it's about being. And the beautiful part is, once you start living this way, you understand that this journey isn't a destination, it's a direction. It's not about adding more, it's about removing what's false. When you consciously engage with life, life engages back. So if you've been waiting for your breakthrough, stop waiting for evidence and start being the evidence. The identity that got you here cannot take you where you were meant to go. That's not a problem. It's an invitation. You don't need to do more. You need to become more. The version of you that's doubting, hesitating, waiting for a sign, that version can't step into the next chapter. The life you're dreaming of already exists, but only for the version of you aligned with it. You are not broken. You don't need fixing. You are the activation. The shift begins the moment you decide to see yourself differently and act accordingly. This is the real work: identity, frequency, alignment. It's what I help my clients do every day. If this resonated and you're ready to shift, I invite you to book a free manifestation discovery call. The link is below. And while you're there, download my free guide to start aligning your energy today. If this message spoke to you, comment below. Tell me what landed and share it with someone who's ready to shift. Because the truth is, you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. And the moment you decide to become more, your new reality begins. Thanks, and make it a great day.